And we're gonna start in a seated position. So having props handy is always what I suggest. And we're gonna start by sitting onto a blanket or a pillow. So I'm gonna fold my blanket up so it's just a little bit high. And you could even double it up so it's, even higher. But we just wanna find a supportive seat. I'll head back here. Find a supportive seat, and when you sit on this support, sit towards the edge. So that rather than when we sit, we sometimes will cross our legs and then we'll round our back. And then we're holding onto our knees, kind of keeping us upright. So we want to find this seat on something to lift the hips up, either level with the knees or so that the hips are higher than the knees. So you could even double this up with like a couple blankets. But then we want to sit towards the edge of this blanket so that we almost feel like we're tipping over, like tipping off of the blanket. And you're kind of helping your pelvis to become neutral and even feel like it's even tipping forward, like you're spilling out the top of your pelvis, the top of your hip bones. And then you want to feel that expansion expand all the way through the front of the body as the shoulders roll back. Just relax through the elbows and the hands. And you might feel like you're really like back bending here, popping out your chest and the front body. So as always, hug your ribs in. Squeeze the front of your ribs in like you're a corset, right? Like you're wearing a corset. And then you're engaging the muscles around the spine, helping to keep your spine really in a straight, long line. Nice and stable. And start to feel your chin pull in towards your throat, embracing a double chin perhaps. I am. And you feel the back of your neck get longer and feel the pull up and out through the crown of the head. And then we can let our eyes close here. Exhale everything out of your body. So with an open mouth, squeeze into your belly, get absolutely empty. And then inhale through your nose, filling the belly first. Then let the breath rise through your torso like you're filling a water pitcher all the way to the top. Hold the breath in. And then an open mouth exhale. Relax your shoulders and your neck and engage your core at the bottom of the breath to get emptier. Once you feel empty, breathe in through your nose again, pushing your belly out first, filling into the ribs and then up into your chest, lengthening the spine, hold the breath in. See if you can sip up a little more air inside. And then an open mouth exhale, relaxing the shoulders right away and engage your core to get absolutely empty here. And then once you're empty, inhale again. Fill into the belly, feel the belly push out almost unnaturally and rise all the way up so you feel the sternum lifting, the collarbones even lifting. Hold the breath in at the top, but now relax your shoulders. So hold the breath, relax the shoulders, sip up more, and then an open mouth exhale. Engage your core, get even emptier, 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 and then last full breath in, belly, ribs expand as you feel the breath rise, traveling up the length of your spine. Hold the breath in, drop your shoulders heavy, sip up more air, and then an open mouth exhale. Squeezing all of the stale air out, get absolutely empty like you're wringing out a towel, and then let breath come in naturally and empty you out naturally. And start to just let breath happen, let it come and go without any control of your own. Feel the facial muscles relax over the bones of the face. Relax the eyelids over the eyes. Feel the eyebrows soften and the forehead muscles relax down through the temples and your cheeks. You feel your jaw, your bottom jaw get really heavy, so the teeth could even separate and even your lips might part. Relax your tongue inside of the mouth. And just allow yourself to land here, right where you are. In the room that you're in the space that you're in. And tune in and feel the connection of where your body is meeting the support beneath you, where you are physically landing here in this moment in time. And feel really heavy through those connection points of where your body meets the support, the pillow, blanket, mat, whatever is beneath your body. Just feel really heavy there. Don't even worry about the length of your spine or how long the neck is or anything. Just feel into the base of your hips and where your feet meet the floor. And with those connection points, feel so heavy, like there's roots growing out of your body down into the floor, down through the earth, grounding you here, right here and now. Feeling these little roots kind of grow and spread, right? Intertwining with other roots, keeping you very stable in this seat. And then as rooted as you feel, with the next inhale, feel the length of the spine grow taller. Feel your heart center lift in front of you slightly. Feel the lift and energy line pull out through the top of the head as your chin comes towards the throat, the neck gets longer. Exhale and just be heavy in the shoulders, but try to keep your spine nice and long. And then let's bring our palms together in front of our heart, just gently meeting the left and right side of your body. And let your gaze drop down a little bit more, diving into your heart space, and take a moment to set an intention for yourself. Maybe thinking about something that you'd like to manifest into your world, some thing, an object, right? Or maybe it's more of a feeling, and feeling a certain way about yourself, right? Or maybe somebody else. Sending and maybe dedicating this practice, this time that you've chosen to spend with yourself, dedicating this to someone else who maybe needs a little bit of time to themselves, but maybe doesn't always give it to themselves, or they just can't. So it's really a beautiful thing to dedicate a practice to someone else, right? So you have the intention of giving while you give to yourself, giving to someone else while you give to yourself. So find whatever is, showing up for you right here. Just start repeating a word or that dedication, or maybe it's just gratitude in your heart and in your mind. And take a nice deep breath in, smiling really big. Exhaling, just landing in this feeling of whatever this thought or intention or dedication is showing up, whatever is manifesting for you here and now, however it's making you feel. Smile at it, give it a little bit more love, a deeper breath in. Exhaling, just resting, and then we'll release our hands. Let your chin get heavy to your chest here, so you feel a little stretch in the neck and the upper back. Let your shoulders be heavy here too, and just start to feel the weight of your head drop in. And then exhale everything out of the body as you feel the navel pull in towards your lower back. So get empty, and then inhale, neck circles. So drop your right ear over towards your right shoulder. Move your head towards your back, and then guide your left ear to your left shoulder. Complete this big circle as your chin meets your chest. And then just keep going around in a nice big circle. And try to just let the weight of the head travel around in the circle versus you forcefully pushing your ear to shoulder or head to the back or other ear to shoulder. Just feel really heavy and your head just going around, relaxing the muscles of the neck, stretching them at the same time. And then travel in the other direction, observing what it feels like to move the head around in this nice gentle circle. Relax your jaw and your eyes. Feel where the top and bottom jaw connect, right by your ears. Feel that area relax. Feel your tongue relax inside the mouth. Good. And then we'll pause whenever you get there with your chin at your chest. Take another full breath in. Exhale it out. And then inhale, lift your head up. If you can flutter your eyes open, letting light in. Circle the arms up to the sun, big breath. Bend your right elbow, grab that elbow with your left hand. And gently side bend over towards your left side. Take a nice full breath in and lift your heart. Exhale, leaning gently. And then feel the back of your head push against your forearm so you lift your chin away from your chest, freeing the throat, the area around the front of your throat. Get heavy in that right hip. Take one more breath into the right ribs. Engage your belly as you exhale, just tilting. And then inhale, come to a straight spine, lift the arms. Bend the opposite elbow, grab that elbow, gently pull the arm behind the head, push your head into that arm right away. So you're lifting your chin, take an inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, slowly tilt. So stay heavy in that left hip and just start to feel from the bottom of your ribs and higher, tilt over towards the right side. Feel the bottom shoulder, your right shoulder come forward ever so slightly. So you're keeping your chest parallel and you're just isolating your breath into the left side rib cage. Feel that area flare as you inhale, and exhale, lean just a little more, like a centimeter. You really don't have to go too far to feel that increased stretch. And then with the next inhale, straighten the spine, straighten the arms. Exhale, twist to the right, drop your arms down. Right hand's behind you, left hand's on that right knee. Press into the hand to lengthen with an inhale. Exhale, engage your belly and start to look back as well. Every inhale, fill up as much as you can because it's hard to breathe in twists. Every exhale, cinch your waist, engage your belly, twist a little more. Inhale, softening the muscles around the core to lengthen the spine, and then exhale, engaging those muscles to help twist the spine. Inhale, both arms up now, face forward. Exhale, twist to the left, drop the arms down, roll the shoulders back. Try to find a nice broad chest here, puffing your heart center up, twisting as you exhale. Remember, soften the bellies. Inhale, let the air fill into the ribs, rising the spine taller. Exhale, cinch the waist, engage the core, getting air out and twisting more. One more, big breath. Exhale and twist. And then inhale, both of your arms up, reaching tall. Exhale, start to fold forward. Now we're on that blanket or support, so you might really feel like you're gonna tip. Land your hands down, adjust your feet, and then push into your hands, lift your heart forward like there's a string on your heart pulling in front of you, and then walk your hands forward. So you might come a little bit over your feet, and that's okay. Just start to push into your hands to push your hips behind you just a bit. Start to relax your head as you exhale, let the neck get really long. Take a couple deep breaths in. And as you are exhaling, engage your belly, push into your hands, but allow your hands to gently walk forward, like an inch, maybe with the fingertips. 2 more breaths. 1 more here, full breath in. Full exhale and relax your head so much. And then step your hands towards you, keeping your head heavy, so it's the last thing to lift. Stack the spine, roll the shoulders, circle the arms up. Look at the palms, meet them, and bring them to your heart center, reminding yourself of your intention or sense of gratitude or dedication, whatever you have set for yourself this evening. Bring a big smile on your face, take a full inhale, and exhale. Awesome. I'm so happy you guys are here with me right now. Let's come on to our hands and knees, tabletop position. But before we start with cow and cat pose, curl your toes behind you and push your hips to heels. Move a little left, move a little right. And we're actually gonna come back to our cat and cow pose. So we're gonna warm our body up first by flowing with some sun salutations, and then we'll move a little bit more into some deeper stretches. So from here, come forward, untuck your toes, give them a little tap if you want, and then curl your toes again, spread the fingers wide. Lift your knees up, lift your hips higher, and then press your chest to your thighs. So feel those hips lift up and back, and then start to feel the heels pull down towards the floor. Maybe your legs are super straight, maybe that feels nice towards the upper calves potentially, or there can be a little bend in your knees, and observe how that feels. Lifting the tailbone up, start to feel the upper thighs push to the back of the room. Relax your head, nod yes to no, and then maybe flutter the lips in a horse breath. It's a cooling breath and it's also a calming breath. And sometimes my lips just don't want to flutter, so just laugh at yourself if that's the case. And then take 1 more nice deep breath in your down dog. Exhale however you want to. Inhale, deep bend in your knees, look forward between your hands. Start walking forward or take a big step with both feet right between your hands. And then have your feet hip distance, which is 2 fists between the toes. Bend your knees a little bit, bring your hands on your shins, and inhale into a half fold, looking straight down. And then exhale, fold forward, bending the knees, relax your head. Right away, engage your belly, push into your feet, and roll all the way up to standing. Stacking your spine, squeeze your glutes, roll the shoulders, circle your arms up with an inhale, and arch your back body. Reaching back. Inhale, come to center, and bring your palms to touch to your heart center here. Take a full breath in with that intention or whatever in your mind. Gratitude in your heart, and then exhale, release your hands, and we'll begin our sun salutations. So inhale, circle the arms up, big breath, little back bend, push your hips forward, reach back. Inhale, come to center. Open the arms out wide like you're diving into a big pool. Relax your hands by your feet. Relax your head. And then inhale into a half lift. Back is parallel to the ceiling. Exhale, fold. Step both hands or both feet back. Find your first plank pose. So press away from the floor. Really root into those hands. Taking it a little slow with this first round. Engage your thighs and feel your heels push back. Now, feel that tailbone lengthen to the heels, maybe a micro bend in your knees here. Keep breathing. Every exhale, engage your core, finding a lot of strength here. Take 2 more breaths. Soften your face. Smile at how strong you are. Take another inhale. And then exhale, drop your knees down, shift your weight forward, squeeze your elbows to touch your body as you lower in a half chaturanga. Untuck your toes and then inhale. Feel like your hands are tracking back for cobra pose. Squeeze the elbows into your body. Exhale and fold forward. Curl your toes, push back up to your knees, move your hips back, and then lift the knees and hips for downward facing dog. Nice deep round of breath right here. Maybe an open mouth exhale to relax the head a little more. 2 more big breaths. Start to feel your shoulders and the back body expanding, feeling the outer shoulders push to your outer wrists, and then we'll inhale to bend the knees deep. Exhale, come to the front of your mat, maybe a big step between your feet. Inhale, lift halfway up, long extended spine, hips are moving back, but the head is moving forward. Exhale to fold, and then reach your arms up by your hips. Let your fingertips lift your torso all the way up to standing. Reach your arms up, back bend here. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Closing your eyes and internalizing your awareness. Take a nice deep breath here. Release your hands. Inhale, circle them up. Squeeze your glutes, push your hips forward. Reach back. Inhale to center. This time, keep your arms by your ears. Bending your knees, you're hinging at your hips with a straight, flat back, all the way to a forward fold. Inhale and lift halfway, rolling your shoulders on your back so you flatten the upper spine, and then exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step back, leading with the opposite foot first. Plank pose. Now I'm going to challenge you for chaturanga. If you want to drop your knees like we just did before, go for it. Otherwise, from your plank, push against your feet to bring your weight forward. And then exhale to slowly bend your elbows, squeeze them into your body, lower in one straight line to the floor. Untuck your toes, inhale, cobra pose again. Lift and lengthen. Exhale and lower. Curl your toes, push up to your knees, maybe right into plank, and then downward facing dog. Nice full breath. Open mouth, exhale. Shake out the head. Really find a nice long spine. Tailbone is lifting. You're pressing your chest to your thighs, but your core is tight. So once again, you're squeezing the front of your ribs together. Last full inhale together. Maybe stick your tongue out for a lion's breath. And then bend your knees deeply. Look at your hands. Exhale to the front of your mat, stepping with the opposite foot first. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold forward, and then reach your arms forward so your upper arm's in line with your ears. Bend your knees a little bit, and then lift your torso all the way up. Arms staying right by your ears, back bending here, and then hands to your heart center. Full breath here. Exhale, release your hands. One more round. Inhale, circle them up. Reach up, back bend. Can you go a little further? And exhale, fold forward all the way down. Inhale, lift halfway. Remember, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, fold forward. Plant your hands, step or bend your knees between your arms and hop back. Plank pose. Good. Now shift your body weight forward. Choose to drop your knees or full chaturanga, slow motion, lowering. Inhale, cobra pose, elbows in, shoulders roll back. Good. Exhale, fold all the way to the belly. Curl the toes, plank pose, and then downward facing dog. 3 full breaths. Open mouth exhales. If that feels good, getting hot air out of the body. I love lion's breath. as you know. So if you want to, you guys are all muted, you can roar nice and loud with me. Ready? Deep breath in, roar, stick your tongue out. One more breath. And then let's drop to our knees. Find a child's pose, so knees can be a little wider than your hips. Big toes touch and push your hips to your heels, then rest your forehead down. Just relax and start to tune into what's going on in the body. How different are you feeling now versus the beginning of our practice together? Do you feel hot? Do you feel sweaty? Do you feel thirsty? Do you feel happy and energized? Just a couple more breaths, observing what is going on for you. And then let's go ahead and inhale up to our tabletop position. So from table, we want to align the knees hip distance, which is measured by 2 fists between your knees. And then fingers are wide, tabletop here. Let's drop the belly down into cow pose. Scoot your heart forward and look all the way up. Big breath in. And then exhale, cat pose. Rounding your spine, tuck your tailbone and bring your chin to your chest. Inhale, drop the belly. Let your elbows bend a little to help you pull the heart forward through the arms as the shoulders roll back. And then exhale, keep your shoulders right over those wrists. Press into your feet and hands to round the upper back. One more round. Inhale, cow, look up. Exhale, cat pose. Pausing in your table. Let's extend the right leg back, toes on the ground, push the heel back here. And then we will lift that leg straight up. Look to see that your toes are pointing to the floor versus out to the side. So point them down. Feel that internal rotation of your thigh. And in fact, to get a really good sense of it, let's open our right toes out towards the right side. So you start to feel the right glute engage. You're opening into external rotation as you move this hip open. So you could almost, and try it, stack your right hip on top of the left hip. Good. Now, could you use the outer right hip muscles to lift that leg a little bit higher? Good. Now, notice what's happening in the upper body. So push into both hands to keep your shoulders stable. Hug into your core. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale here. And then rotate your right toes to the floor. So you're internally rotating that thigh, dropping your right hip parallel to the floor. And even look at your hips. See that they are parallel to the earth. Take a deep breath. Exhale, bend the knee and bring it forward to your nose. Point your toes and round your whole back. Inhale, bring that leg back. Exhale, bend it again, bring it to your nose. Push into your hands, round your upper spine. Inhale, bring it back, one more. Exhale, press into those hands, engage your core, round, round, round. Inhale, extend that leg back and pause. Now, again, point the toes out to the side. Bring this foot forward all the way in line with your right hip. Keep it here, hold it here. Now notice what's happening in the upper body. Push out of that left hand, stabilize your shoulders, and engage the right side of your waist. One more breath. And then drop the right foot to the floor, the whole foot. So drop the bottom of that foot down. See that the arch is in line with your left knee and come to stand up on that left knee with your right hand on your thigh. Squeeze your glutes and feel your tailbone lengthen down. Feeling the front belly lift, hug the core in. Inhale the left arm all the way up. We're keeping our chest totally parallel to the front of the mat. And then slowly side bend, reaching over towards the right. Look maybe up past the left arm. Notice if this right shoulder is moving behind you and you're kind of at this little bit of an angle. So you want to rotate to stack your shoulders. Hips and shoulders are parallel to the front. Take another full breath. As you exhale, bend your left elbow and hold the back of your skull, the back of your head. And then lift up through that left elbow and reach over more. Maybe your right elbow starts to bend. Take a deeper breath. Awesome. And then inhale, lift that left arm up, lift your torso up, and drop your hands back down. But lift your right toes and walk your hands over towards this leg. So you're rotating your left foot behind you. Bring your right hand on the outside and careful of your knee here. You might want to lift this left knee and adjust so this left foot's behind you now. Take a breath in and lengthen the spine. Exhale and start to fold over this leg. Take another big breath, lengthen the spine. Exhale and fold. One more here. Relax your head even more. Good. Now push into your hands, walk the right hand back. Back to the center of the mat. Watch out of that left knee. Rotate that foot back onto the mat. Drop your right toes down. Find your hands. Now come onto the inner arch of your right foot. Lift that leg up. Push out of that left side body. Take a breath and engage the right side of your waist. Now swoop that leg back. Point your toes. Inhale. Exhale, knee to your nose. Inhale it back. Exhale, knee to your nose. Inhale, one more. Exhale, round. Inhale, and then drop that knee to the floor, tabletop. Let's curl the toes, come to sit up on your heels and just shake out the hands. Good, shake, 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 shake. And then we'll bring our hands forward again and we'll work on the other side. So I'm gonna face the other way so that I don't actually hit the wall here. So extend the left leg back, toes on the floor, push that heel back a couple times. Deep breaths, find your breath, find your foundation in your hands. Fingers are spread wide here. And then we'll bring the shoulders over the wrists, push into your hands, lift that left leg. Gaze to see that those toes are pointing down and even spread your toes here. Good. Now we're going into external rotation as you rotate those left toes to the left. Feel the left hip stack and want to lift on top of the right. Squeeze that left glute and then start to use the outer left hip muscles to lift the leg as high as you can. Couple breaths here. Press out of hands, engage your core. Another breath. And then internal rotation. Slowly lower the leg and drop the toes to point to the floor. Engage your belly, push into your hands, pull the navel up to the low back. Take a breath, point your toes away from you. Exhale, knee to your nose. Round your spine, nose taps the knee or your forehead. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, engage your core, push into your hands to round, drop the head down. Inhale, bring it back, one more. Exhale, round it out. Inhale, back. Point the toes to the floor, externally rotate that thigh, and then bring that leg all the way forward to be in line with your hip. Hold it here, keep pressing out of that right side. A lot of outer hip strength here today. Engage that left side waist. One more. And drop that foot down. And then find the whole bottom of your foot down, right? You're standing. And then align the left arch with your right knee. Start to stand up on the knee. Shake out your hands if you need. Left hand is on the left thigh. Lengthen the tailbone, right? You feel that tail lower as the front hip bones pull up. Engaging your lower abdominal muscles. Your core is tight. Shoulders are parallel. Hips are parallel. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, side bend over to the left, keeping your shoulders stacked here. Beautiful. Feel the heart center lift, open up across your throat, pulling the head back. Exhale, keep reaching. One more breath. And then bend the right elbow. Bring that hand to the back of the head. Inhale into the right side. Exhale, reach, reach, reach. Maybe your left elbow bends. One more breath. Inhale, straighten up. Release that right hand down. Beautiful. Drop your hands down. Lift those left toes up. And then here we go to walk over to that left foot. So you're sliding the right heel behind you. Maybe curl your right toes to help you lift that knee and adjust. Okay. Left toes are lifted up high, pulling towards your face. Take a breath, lift your heart to the toes. And then exhale, see if you can lower a little bit. Couple more breaths. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to fold, finding some sort of release. Another big breath. And exhale. And then come back up. Walk that left hand on the inside. Walk both hands back to the center of the mat, and then swoop that right heel back. Untuck the toes. Drop your right or your left foot to the floor. Find your foundation in your hands. Come onto the inner arch of the left foot. Engage your core, get ready. We're lifting this leg up, pausing, press out of that right hand. Woo, feeling this one, take a deeper breath. Engage the left side waist. And then swoop it back. Point the toes. Exhale, knee to your nose. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, knee to your nose. One more big breath. Exhale, round. Get empty. Inhale to extend that leg back. And then tabletop position. Let's do a cow pose. Inhale, look all the way up as you drop your belly. Peel the shoulders back. And then exhale, round the spine. Come right into your downward facing dog when you're ready. Maybe a couple more cat and cows. Maybe you're ready for your downward facing dog. Walk your dog here. Bend your right knee as the left heel drops down. And then switch. Left knee bends, right heel drops down. And you can keep walking. Feel your hips tilt and feel them move a little side to side as you're doing this. Good. And then downward facing dog. Bring your big toes together. Inhale the left leg up. Three-legged dog. So very similar to when we were just on our knees. Look at those left toes and see that those left toes are pointing straight down to the floor. Now, externally rotate your thigh and point your left toes to point to the left side. So you're opening your hip out to the side and then use the outer left hip muscles to lift that leg higher. Stacking the left hip on top of the right. Feel your shoulders neutralize, so get them parallel to the floor and feel the outer right hip push in towards the middle of the mat. Lift that left leg higher. Take an inhale, point your toes. And then exhale, bend the knee, bring it all the way to your nose. Rounding your back, push out of the right foot, look between your hands, and then drop that foot down. Right between your hands. So you can always use your left hand to get it there. Swivel the right heel to the floor, walk both hands on the inside of that left foot into the center of the mat on the long edge. Now we're in a wide-legged stance. So adjust your stance so the outer edges of your feet are almost parallel to the outer edges of the mat. Hands are under your shoulders. And we're just gonna start by getting used to this position. So feel your thighs start to internally rotate. The sits bones, the hips, bottom of your hips start to feel like they're opening up behind you. And then walk your hands forward. A long, wide-legged, downward-facing dog. Spread your fingers and then rest your head through your arms. Take a deep breath. Exhale, relax your head. 2 more breaths. So even here, we want to be stable in the shoulders. So feel from the outer shoulder, push down to your outer wrist. Feel from your inner wrist, pull up to your pecs, to your inner armpit. Relax the head more. Good. And then come back. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Bring your hands to your hips. So keep your core tight and then inhale all the way up to standing. Awesome job. Open the arms out to a T and adjust your stance. Face your palms away from you and see if you can align just about the outer edge of your foot with the outer edge of your wrist or your wrist. Okay, and then from here, interlace your hands behind your back. Clasp your fingers, open up your chest, take a big breath in, maybe look up. And as you exhale, hinge forward at your hips. So micro bend in the knees. Hips move back, your torso drops forward into a fold, lifting your hands away from the lower back and squeeze your shoulder blades behind you. Squeeze them. Let your head be so heavy. Feel those clasped hands pull up towards the ceiling, almost like it could lift you, but you're staying heavy. Just peeling the shoulders away from your neck. Take a deeper breath. Exhale here. Another big breath. And then bend your elbows, bring your hands to your lower back, trace your hands down the outer edges of your legs to your heels. Hold onto your legs and inhale, extend your spine forward. Exhale, bend your elbows and pull your torso further down towards the floor. Take 2 more breaths here. Shoulders peeling away from your neck. 1 more. Hands, release the feet, bring them onto the floor, press yourself into a half fold. Bend the left knee now and bring your body weight over there. As you're doing this, walk your right heel in a little bit and then lift those right toes as you start to drop your hips into a side lunge. So you're sinking your hips towards this left heel. The left heel could be on the floor. Mine is lifted, so maybe yours is lifted too. Hands are on the inside of your legs. in between your legs, and your right toes are pointing up to the ceiling. Engage your right thigh, feel this stretch through your hamstring. Take a nice inhale to lengthen the spine by pressing into your hands. And then exhale, walk your hands out in the direction of your hips where your torso is leaning towards, and lower your torso down here. Beautiful side lunge here, Skandasana in Sanskrit. Engage your belly as you're exhaling, helping to stabilize your hips, your spine, but then relax your head. Take a couple more breaths. Breathe into wherever you feel this stretch. Maybe it's more the right leg or your left heel. Beautiful, and then walk your hands back towards you. Walk your hands towards this left knee. Plant the left hand on the outer edge of this foot or leg, and then reach your right arm all the way back behind you. You can drop those right toes to the floor if you want to. Feel the outer edge of the foot root down. Reach, reach, reach. Take a big breath, and then release. Beautiful. Lift those right toes back up. Now we're walking to outline the right leg. Still sitting, hanging out on this left leg ankle. Take a big breath. Heart isn't facing in the direction of your right toes. See if you can walk your hands forward here. Root your right hand. Potentially your left hand can hook the outer right leg and help to pull your torso down a little bit. Take another full breath. And then plant the hands, walk them back in between your legs and push out of that left foot. Drop your right toes down and then start bending that knee. Come over to the right side, lifting your left toes up to the ceiling. Now we're on the other side. Just get a sense of what it feels like to be here after all the stretching on the right side. Planting the hands close to you. This thigh is tight, so engage. Lift those left toes, take a big breath in. And then exhale, walk your hands forward, only going as far as feels good. Know that you don't have to go far at all, right? Before you feel that stretch. Once you're walking your hands out, this stretch is gonna increase, and when you feel it increase, we pause. And you take a breath in, and then exhale, see if your torso can get a little heavier. So we're working with our personal edge in yoga, right? You guys hear me talk about it a lot, but it's the space between not feeling anything and feeling too much. We want to teeter on that edge, right? Breathing gently and intentionally into the stretch that you feel. Take another big breath. Relax your head more. And then walk your hands back in. Now plant your right hand on the outside of that right leg or thigh and swoop your left arm over, reaching back behind you to the back of the mat. You can plant your right hand or make a fist. Reach, reach, reach. Keep those left toes up, or remember you have the option to drop it down and push the outer heel down. A nice stretch for the outer heel and shin. Another breath. And then scoop that left arm down. Lift the left toes. Walk your hands back in between the legs. And now outline the left leg. Still your right knee is bent and it's open, right? Opening it out. Plant your hands, inhale to lengthen the spine, pulling your heart forward. Exhale, lower your torso any little bit. Maybe your left hand takes the weight and your right hand hooks the left leg, helping to pull your torso down a little more, and breathe here. Engage the belly. 2 more. And then last full breath. Plant that right hand back. Bring the left hand back into the center. Push. Drop that left foot down. Heels come in. Point your toes away. And then bring your hands to your legs. Keep your knees bent. And then push your legs. Push your knees kind of apart or just rest here, sinking your hips low into a goddess position. God position, whatever. Move your hips a little left. Move them a little right. Observe how your legs are feeling. Yeah, you're welcome. All right, now from here, press into your feet and rise to standing. Reach your arms up. Woo. Hands to your heart center, finding ease. Take a breath. And exhale, bend the knees. Sink your hips, let your hands drop down and bring the backs of your hands onto those inner knees. Roll the shoulders back, so push the backs of your hands into the inner knees to help you broaden the chest. Sink your hips lower, lower, lower. Beautiful. Take 3 breaths here. Another one. Smiling. One more breath. And then push into your feet. Reach your arms up. Straighten those legs. Palms to your heart center once again. Beautiful. Hands to our hips now. Lift or bend the right knee to lift those toes. You're on the heel. Rotate. Rotate the left toes forward. Bend the right knee and step to the left, meeting your left foot. Inhale, the arms come up. Big breath. Back bend here. Let's clasp your thumbs. Palms face forward. Flare your fingers. Pull like you're pulling your arms apart. Open up. And then inhale, come to center. Dive down, forward fold. Bending your knees a bit. Heavy head. Woo. Take one extra breath. Inhale to extend halfway up. Exhale, plant your hands. Step the left leg back. Swivel that heel to the floor. And then circle the arms up for warrior 2 pose. So now, right foot is pointing forward, gazing forward over those right fingers, warrior 2 pose. We start bending into that right knee. Beautiful. Push your hips towards this left so you're lengthening the tail, pulling the front hips up. Reverse your warrior. Right palm flips up, reach, reach, reach. Inhale that arm up, but keep your right knee bent. Left hand lands on the thigh or bringing it behind the low back. Maybe your left fingers can wrap on the upper thigh. Take a full breath into the right rib cage, flare them. Exhale, reach back. Inhale, come up. Arms to a T and then push away from this right leg. Then walk your left heel in and the toes in. And the heel in and then the toes, shorter distance. Right leg is strong, a little bit bent. Then we bring our hands to the hips. Feel the movement of the hips. Boop, boop, boop. Hop your hips back. Pop in that left glute behind you. Reach your right arm forward. Keep a little bend into your right knee. Reach, reach until you cannot reach. And then the back of that hand comes to the inner shin or knee. Pressing to stack your shoulders on top of each other. And then reach this left arm up, triangle pose. Full inhale to pull that heart forward. Push your hips towards this left. Engaging that left glute. Maybe gaze up. Couple more breaths. Good. One more. And then left hand pulls you all the way back up. Bring that hand to your hip, reach your right arm forward, bend the knee, step your left foot forward, and then let's balance into our half moon pose. So you can grab a block or some sort of support if you want to. And I'll cue you without it, just in case you don't have it. You can bend your knee and just get a sense, reaching down through this hand, get a sense of what it feels like to just lift this left leg and push against your right foot, the balance leg, right? But then once you lift this left leg, you've got to use the outer hip strength and flex that foot so the toes are pointing to your left, externally rotating this thigh. Lifting that leg, we drop the torso, maybe you find the floor, right? Or a block or couch or chair or whatever. And then lengthen your tail, feel the front pelvis pull up, open up the whole front body. This left arm can extend up whenever you want it to. But see if you can keep lifting that left hip higher, left leg higher. If you pop out of it, no big deal. Engaging your core, steady the breath. Keep a steady gaze on something. 2 more. Smiling. Beautiful job. Be proud of yourself. 1 more. Bend that right knee now and drop that left foot back, landing it gently, lifting your torso. Beautiful. And then from here, let's just step forward. So you can swoop this left arm, meet yourself at the middle of the mat, hands to your heart center. Awesome job. Inhale, let's float. Swoop your arms up, big breath. Exhale, fold forward all the way down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step to your plank pose. Feel nice and long and strong. Inhale, shift your weight forward. Exhale, slowly down, chaturanga, or your knees drop first. Inhale, cobra pose, shoulders roll in your back pockets, elbows squeeze in. Exhale, lower to the belly, curl your toes, push up to plank or your knees. Downward facing dog is where we'll meet. Take 3 breaths here with me. Maybe lion's breath. 2 more. Strong shoulders. Last one. And then inhale, let's lift the left leg up. Bend the knee, bring it forward right away. Drop that foot between your hands. And then swivel your right heel down. We've done this before, but warrior two. Reach your right arm forward, circle it up, cartwheel, warrior two. Gaze over those left front fingers. See that you can see the big toe on the inside of your left knee and all 5 toes in front, okay? Then reverse. Left palm flips up, reach forward. Keep your left knee super bent. Lift the left arm up and back, reverse your warrior. The back of your right hand can come to the lower back. Push those hips towards the right, or wrap your right hand for the upper left thigh. You gotta keep bending that knee though. Big breath into the left ribs. Reach back. Inhale, warrior two. Then push away from that left foot. Walk your right heel in, and then the toes in, and then the heel and toes in. Shorter stance. Hands to our hips. Feel the movement. Up, 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 up. Pop your right hip behind you. Keep a little bend in this left leg. Engage the thigh. Reach your left arm forward like you're reaching for somebody. Keep pushing your hips over towards this right side. So you're squeezing that glute. Reach, reach, reach. And then once you can't reach, that left arm drops. Right arm comes up. Triangle pose. Push your hips to the right. Feel your whole front body opening up. Stack the right shoulder on top of the left, preparing us for our half moon pose. Pose. Take 2 more breaths. And as you exhale, engage this right side waist, this upper right side waist to help you elongate the left. Another one. And then inhale, lift up. Beautiful. Then we'll bend that left knee, right hand to the hip. Bend the right knee, step that right foot forward, get a sense of balance. And then we're externally rotating this right leg. Toes are pointing out to the right, lifting that leg up as we drop the torso down for our half moon pose. Look, I found my water glass. This is perfect. Lengthen the tail, feel the whole front body open up. Oh, I lost it. Good, so if you come out of it, you gotta just start right at the beginning. And then a couple more breaths from here. Stacking that right shoulder on top of the left, your right arm can extend. Last one. Then bend the left knee, reach that right foot to land behind you. Warrior two, big breath. Exhale, swoop this right arm down, step forward, bring both arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, plank pose. Let's flow. Shift forward, inhaling, exhale, lower slowly and intentionally to the belly. Inhale, shoulders roll back, elbows in, we lift, cobra. Exhale, lower, curl, lift up, downward facing dog. Nice, deep runner breath. Open mouth, exhale. 2 more here. Last one. Let's drop to our knees, find a child's pose. And your big toes touch, rest the forehead. You can choose to bring your arms by your feet if you'd like to, and just relax. Take a few deep, nourishing breaths here. One last full inhale. Open mouth, exhale. And then engage your core and roll all the way up to seated on your heels. And then we'll use our hands in front of us to come up. Separate your knees about hip distance. Stand up on those knees and then curl your toes. Here we go for our camel pose. All right, got you. Now, our thighs, we worked on this internal rotation, external rotation. So we're internally rotating our thighs here, which naturally, when you do that, kind of sticks your seat out behind you. So you want to feel that engagement, but then lengthen your tail low. So you're squeezing your glutes to push your hips forward here, still internally rotating. If you have a block at home, bringing a block in between your thighs or a book is a really great option here to help you keep the engagement of the lower pelvis. Now, hands can come to your lower back, either your fingertips pointing up or down, doesn't matter. Then keep squeezing those glutes, internally rotating those thighs. You're helping to keep the tail low. Start leaning back slightly, but notice what's going on. You want to lengthen the heart. So feel like there's a string on your heart and start pulling it up as you look up to the ceiling. Arching back, push those hips, keeping your hips right on top of your knees. Look up to the ceiling, and if it feels available, reach back down with one hand to the right ankle, right hand, right ankle, or left hand, left ankle, maybe both. And if you have the ankles, start pulling on the ankles so you still feel your hips push forward. Keep lifting your heart gently up to the ceiling. Take a couple more breaths, really big back bend here. Good. Keep your glutes tight. One more big breath into the whole front body. Exhale it out. Engage your core. Hands to your hips one at a time. Lift straight up in a straight line. Untuck your toes. Drop your hips slowly to your heels. Hands come forward. Rest all the way down into a child's pose. Take your time. You're going to feel a big release in your lower back. Rest your forehead and then bring your arms, your hands by your feet. Relax your shoulders. Breathe deeply. Couple more. Now here, let's reverse that and come into rabbit pose. Camel and rabbits are best friends after all. So now lift up a little bit, bring your knees together, bring your toes and feet as close together as you can. We're gonna lower back down, drop the top of your head on the floor and hold on to your ankles with your hands. Top of your head is on the earth. Now hold on to those ankles, start lifting your hips up. Feel your shoulders pull up away from your ears, and there's very light weight on your head. It's like 15% of your body weight is on your head. So you're not rolling forward, bringing all the weight onto your head. You're focusing on the hips, lifting, stretching the whole back body. Holding onto those ankles, feel the shoulders pull back. Take a deep breath into the whole back body. Engage your belly as you exhale. Another one. Last deep breath. And then come all the way up. Sitting your hips on the heels, stack your spine, roll the shoulders, circle your arms up here, big breath. Bend the left elbow, grab that elbow, push the head behind or into the arm, side bend a little bit. Inhale right away to a straight spine and arms. Exhale, bend your right elbow, grab that elbow, lean over to the left. Inhale, lengthen, open the arms wide, interlace them behind your back. Clasp, open the heart, big breath, and then release. Good, shake out the arms, and then bring your hands in front, scoot the legs out. Have a seat all the way in the middle of your mat. Legs are long, and if you have that blanket or pillow handy, let's grab a seat on it. Lifting up our seat, sitting on the edge of that blanket once again to help us fold. Remove the bits, the flesh out from underneath your seat. Inhale the arms up, toes are lifted to the sun. Exhale, fold forward. Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. Or it's also translated as intense back body stretch. So breathe into the whole back, breathe into the legs, and relax your head. We'll be here for about 10 breaths, so allow yourself to get really heavy and relax more with every exhale. It's really easy to continuously stay active here because we're trying to get further. Don't worry about getting further, worry about getting heavier and just melt with gravity. Nestling into self here as well, we can start cooling the body. And as you're kind of diving into darkness, right, hugging and folding into yourself, just observe how you are feeling. Just noticing, having a playful curiosity with it all, smiling at you with whatever is showing up for you. Right, we need all of it, the good, the bad, the ugly, the super pretty, everything. And so just notice in a loving way, loving awareness. Let's take one more breath. Engage your core, step your hands all the way back up, and then bend your knees, feet on the floor, scoot off of the blanket, bring it off, and then keep those feet on the floor, bring your hands behind you, fingers pointing towards you, feet open wide, and then drop your knees over to the right, feeling your left hip lifting, and then lift your chest up so it becomes a nice chest or stretch in your shoulder. Take an extra breath. And then release that left hip back down, lift the knees, and then drop them over to the left side. Push into your hands, puff your heart up, take a breath in. And out. One more. Good, and then inhale, lift those knees. Press up, have a seat again in the middle, so have enough room to lay down. Swoop your arms forward and slowly and in one line, drop your vertebrae, your spine onto the floor. One vertebrae at a time, one vertebra at a time, all the way until your head drops and then the arms drop. Open your knees nice and wide and meet the bottoms of your feet together. Then bring your hands on your upper thighs and push your thighs forward. Feeling a nice release in your lower back. Take a full breath in. Exhale and relax that push. Bring your knees back together. Left leg goes long onto the floor. Actually, take that back. Keep your knees bent. Cross your right thigh over your left thigh like you're just crossing the legs. And then lift your feet up off the floor. Hold on to your shins or reach down for your ankles or feet. Gently pull your legs in. Big stretch for your outer hip. Just take one breath. And then soften that grip. Roll over to your left side. Left hand's taking that bent right knee, which is over the left thigh, over. So your legs are crossed as we twist. Reach your right arm out to a T. Take a full breath in. Exhale, relax into this twist. See what you can soften. Two more. Last one. And then we'll roll onto our back. Left foot drops. Uncross the right leg. Plant that foot. Cross the left leg over the right thigh. Lift the feet up. Hold onto the legs. Walk your hands down the shins towards your ankles or maybe the outer edges of the feet. Gently pulling in. Feeling that stretch in the outer left hip. And then relax your inner thighs. Your inner thighs will tighten here. So relax deep inside. Take a breath. Find some ease as you exhale, releasing your jaw and your eyes. And then soften the grip. Right hand takes that right knee, rolling you over in this cross-legged position. Left arm goes out to a T, gazing over there. Take a deep breath in and out. Another deep breath in and out. And then we'll roll onto the back again. Drop the right foot, uncross the left foot. Bring both knees into your chest, hold onto them. Squeeze them in here just for a second. And then release the squeeze and let your knees separate. So bring your hands right on the inner knees and push your push your knees apart. And rock side to side to side. And then you can pause and just hold your legs apart, feeling a nice stretch on your inner thighs. Take a breath. Relax your face and your eyes here. And then bring your knees together. Bring your arms over your shins, nose up to your knees. Squeeze like a tiny ball. Take a full breath in. And exhale, release for your final resting pose, your Shavasana. Couple minutes here. Now, if you have that blanket, you could bring this blanket underneath your knees, just to bring your knees into a little bit of a lift or supporting the little nook in the knee. Or you can bring it underneath the nape of your neck, wherever feels good for you, maybe no blanket at all. And then allow your eyes to close, get any wiggles and jiggles out. Take a nice full breath in, fill to your capacity, and an open mouth exhale. And just relax the whole body. I'll keep track of time so that you can just commit to the opportunity of relaxing more with every exhale. Feel yourself settle into your Shavasana. Slowly begin to deepen your breath. Gently smile as you reawaken your body, your vessel. Smiling and moving your fingers and your toes, your ankles, your wrists. Rock your head side to side. And then bring the legs together, point your toes forward, reach your arms behind you for a full body stretch, reaching in two directions in one long line. Reach and stretch and flex. Take a big breath in. And exhale to relax the body. Slowly, keep the eyes closed, bend your knees and roll over to your side, resting there for a minute. Maybe your arm is like a pillow. Let your exhale help to drop you in heavy onto your side in your fetal position. And then use your sense of touch. Keep those eyelids closed. Push yourself up to a seated position. Sitting tall and mighty. Lengthen that spine. Take a full inhale from the tailbone to the top of the head. And then an open mouth exhale. Corners of the mouth lifting to your ears, smiling at you once again. Observing the beautiful effects of your practice and your hard work and effort of moving, of breathing, and being with you. A true gift of time to hold gratitude in your heart for yourself, for all that you have just accomplished, and for choosing to spend this time with you to reground and rebalance and nourish yourself in a way that only you can do for you. And let's bring our palms to meet in front of our hearts, and then rub your palms to generate heat and energy, going faster and faster and faster, and then bring your warm palms over the closed eyes, barely on your face. Observe that darkness. Take a full inhale. And exhale, release your hands over your face and your jaw and remeet your palms, resting in front of your heart. Believe in yourself and do what you are supposed to. Appreciate yourself, enjoy yourself, and love yourself. From my heart to yours, my friends and family, Namaste.